What's up, Leafs Nation? Welcome back to another game preview. I'm Zack Phillips, and today we're going to be taking a look at game number 40 of the Toronto Maple Leafs regular season as they take on the Boston Bruins here tonight. That's right, rivalry nights. I'm not really sure what to expect of this team, to be completely honest with you, against a Bruins team that has not been as good as their normal selves here this year. Obviously fired their coach. They've undergone some changes. It's a different group, a little bit of a different vibe, but it always feels like Leafs, Bruins, we kind of know what to expect. So although the exterior factors and the way the Leafs play, the coaching, the style, it's changed. And the Bruins, their personnel, their coaching, it's changed. It feels more or less the same here yet again. So we'll dig into the lineups, we'll dig into the goaltending matchups, and we'll get into our best bet here today. All a presentation of Bet365, proud partner of Leafs Nation pregame and the Leafs Nation After Dark. Open an account Bet365 today and bet on a huge range of markets. Use code NATION, NATION, all caps, NATION. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Okay, so let's start here. We'll go to our line combos for this Leafs team tonight. Obviously, the biggest news that comes out here earlier today, which is, I'm sure, something you guys were expecting to be brought up here first and foremost, and not something you were expecting to see hit the news line today. It's not something I was expecting to see, that's for sure, is Austin Matthews returning to the lineup. He centers between Matthew Knies and Mitch Marner, trying to rekindle the old chemistry of what they had earlier on in the season when Matthew Knies was playing at his best. Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews were finding ways to get things going with him alongside there, and he was producing points, so throwing him back in the mix. But Matthews returning from injury is an interesting one. This week, the conversation effectively has been, should the Leafs shut him down? Well, not only are they not going to shut him down, they're giving him no more rest than we actually even thought, which personally, I don't understand. I mean, maybe the injury is not what we all thought it to be, and it's way less. But I thought even here, give him a break, let him ease back into this thing. Let's rest him until we get to 100% health. But clearly, a game against the Bruins, that's going to be physical, and they're going to know he's dealing with back stuff. He's dealing with something that is lingering and could easily be re-aggravated. Oh no, let's put him back in against the Bruins. So I'm not sure about the decision for him to go back in here. I'm hoping that it means he's back to 100%. And if he is, then who knows? Maybe this Leafs team finds a way to steamroll the Bruins tonight. But Matthews, Marner, and Knies is your first line for tonight's game. Second line, Pacioretty, Tavares, and Nylander. This is a line that's actually exciting to watch play against the Bruins because it feels like this is going to be the most beneficial line to Tavares and beneficial line to Nylander of their entire time playing together. Like, Max Pacioretty fits this role with them in a game that is going to be tough, going to be physical, going to be a little bit of a pissy match. And Pacioretty's going to go out there, run guys through the boards. He's not afraid of anybody. He's going to stick up for Tavares, stick up for Nylander. He's going to stick up for himself. He's going to stir the pot, try to get things going. So just the whole combination of how this thing could play out here tonight is actually kind of exciting. And I like that Pacioretty, Tavares, and Nylander are going to get a chance to go together against this Bruins team. So that's what you're going to get from your second line tonight. I do like that one. Bobby McMahon, Max Domi, and Nick Robertson remain together on the third line. Smart decision there. That line has been absolutely rolling. This is one of those playoff style of games that can kind of push you to the test and say, hey, what do you have? What are you going to be able to show us here tonight? Do you have the tricks up your sleeve to kind of come out here and dominate against the Bruins the way you found it within yourselves in the last couple of weeks here? This third line has been really good, and tonight's another opportunity to show that. Obviously, they're down to the fourth line. Lorentz, Kampf, and Dewar. Reeves is the notable guy who's out of this lineup. Again, I like the guy. Confused at what the role is and the purpose is here for him. I got a lot of flack for people saying, well, he can't fight against the Islanders because no one's there to fight him. Okay, well, he played the least minutes of anybody on the team. It's not like he's a negative when he's out there, but he's not really impacting the game positively. He's kind of just taking shifts. And then tonight, you play the Bruins. There are guys that you could go out there and stir stuff up with physically. There are guys that you could go out there, fight, get in their face, draw into scrums, draw into penalties, stick up for your teammates, go out there and inflict pain upon others. And tonight he's not playing. I am just confused at the usage of Ryan Reeves right now. That's kind of all. But that's your fourth line. Dewar, Lorentz, and Kampf. Hey, maybe Kampf found a scoring touch here that he can bring down to the fourth line after having played with William Nylander. So those are your forward lines for tonight's Leafs game. Biggest change obviously comes in that Auston Matthews back in the lineup, and we'll take over at first C. So those are your forward lines. Defensive pairings tonight, it's really nothing different than we've seen over the last little while. We are going to get here Jake McCabe, Chris Tanev on your first pairing, Morgan Rielly and Philippe Myers, who Philippe Myers just signed an extension as your second pairing, Simone Benoit and Oliver Ekman-Larsson as your third. So now we do have a competition here. Myers, Benoit, and Timmins are competing for those kind of 5-6 spots. Obviously, you see Ekman-Larsson in that 6 hole right now, or the 5 hole, alongside Simone Benoit, but I don't think anybody actually views it that way. You know he's one of your 4 best defensemen. It's Myers and Benoit who are fighting for those spots, and Timmins who's fighting for that spot. It's just kind of how you're going to break these guys out and who you pair them with. So those are your D pairs. Power play units. This is where I go, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to predict. None of that. Because the power play was brutal with Auston Matthews. The power play was brutal without Auston Matthews. And then they had this flash of brilliance where they were the best they've been all season, and it was still without Auston Matthews. He returned. The power play fell off again. And then the power play has not been able to get itself back on track, even without him in the lineup. Well, he's back now. And he's playing on this power play. What does that mean? I wish I could tell you. I wish there was some type of predictability because I have zero clue. This power play, we've said enough about it. It's stunk. It continues to stink. It's stale. It's boring. It's predictable. It's slow. It's got to change. Maybe Matthews reverses it and gives them a spark tonight. I don't know. Second unit. Maybe the unit I'm more excited about tonight, which is weird to say. But McMahon, Nyes, Pacioretty, Domi, and Ekman-Larsson, that is your second unit. So that's how you've got for lineups here tonight against this Bruins team. As per your goaltenders, looks like as of right now, we are going to get Swayman on the Bruins side, and confirmed for the Maple Leafs, we're going to get Joseph Woll, who was very good against them in the playoffs last year, and unfortunately went down with injury ahead of Game 7 and could not play in that one. And then we had Ilya Samsonov go in net, but goalies, it feels like we know what we're getting. Defensively, it feels like we know what we're getting. Third line, it feels like we know what we're getting. What are the big boys going to do here tonight? I'm interested to see. One thing that I do feel like I know is going to happen tonight is going to lead us to our best bet. And our best bet segment is brought to you by Bet365, proud partner of the Leafs Nation pregame and the Leafs Nation After Dark. Open an account with Bet365 today and bet on a huge range of markets. Use code NATION. NATION, all caps, code NATION. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Okay, tonight's best bet is going to be brought to you by Bet365. We're going to head on over to the Bet365 screen here, and we're going to go to an area to try to get this back on track that we have gone to many times this season, and it feels like more often than not it's come through in the clutch and paid off for us. But just for a quick recap of where we're at on the season, for those wondering, we are down 1 unit right now through 39 games, and that would be 42 best bets given out here. We are only down 1 unit. If you're following along with proper bankroll management, unit sizing, then that would be where you are at with us. Tonight, we're going over to Bet365, and we're going to the player props, as always. We're going to stick right here at the very top. We're going to anytime goal scorer. Not Auston Matthews. We're going with the Maple Leaf, and it's a guy that's at the top. It's William Nylander, anytime goal, plus 145. Reason being, William Nylander is a guy who seems to show up in these tough matchups, show up in these games where it's hard to create offense. And he seems to be the guy who kind of breaks through and is noticeable, and the puck is on a string on his stick, and he's the guy who can create things out of thin air and make stuff happen. You're down late, you need a goal, it's William Nylander. You need something to happen. If the power play gets clicking tonight, it's William Nylander. He's the guy who finds a way. It just feels like it's William Nylander in these games against tough teams, against rivals, against these tough opponents. I feel like Nylander, this is a good opportunity for him to get on the board here tonight. So I'm going to be looking for Willie Nye, anytime goal, plus 145. We're going to go a half unit on that one. $50 here tonight on William Nylander. Anytime goal is going to profit us $72.50 if he does, in fact, score. So look for that. That's tonight's best bet. That's going to do it for me here on the pregame show. If you did like this, make sure to hit that like button. If you're on Twitter, make sure to like it, retweet it, whatever. Also, I want to know, what are your predictions? What's the final score? Are the Leafs winning? Who's scoring? Who's not? Do you like the best bet? Are you tailing? Are you fading? Let me know all of that. Drop your comments below. Look forward to reading all of them. And most importantly, I look forward to seeing all of you guys back here following the final buzzer of Leafs Bruins for another edition of the Leafs Nation After Dark. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in here today. See you all tonight. Until then, keep believing. For more content just like this, including game previews, post-game live shows, Leafs Morning Take Monday through Friday with Nick Alberga and Jay Rosehill with special guests, as well as instant reaction videos, make sure to be subscribed here to the Leafs Nation YouTube channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss anything, and drop a like.